The city withers in chaos. Every home is locked to keep out intruders, while it's scattered in the street, crying out. Joy has turned to gloom and has been banished from the land. The city is left in ruins, its gates behind, battered. Throughout the earth, the story is the same. Only remnant is left, like the stray olives left on a tree, or the few grapes left on the vineyard after a harvest. It's time where joy is lost and there's confusion or chaos. I always seem to come back to those moments where there was an impact on life, personally or around me. That's kind of the beautiful thing about video and photos. You get to capture those moments. For a moment, the noise becomes more silent. It's a good reminder that God is moving and that He has a plan. But I didn't always have that. When I was about 3, I was exposed to pornography, and lust became a part of my life. And at the age of 5, I was fooling around, and it just progressed from there. And my parents, they were in a collide of division, and that ended in their divorce. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, and my life was heading towards disaster. When I was about 12, I was invited to a church gathering in a bar. I was just expecting a good time, but instead I found God. They were preaching about a son who left with his inheritance and went to live a life to party and just lived for himself. But instead he found himself broken. He didn't have anything, so his plan was to go beg his father to work as a servant. But his father was waiting for him with open arms for his lost son to come home. The prodigal son. To know there was a Father in heaven who was waiting for me, that was enough. So I vowed to follow him. I know the plans for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. My sophomore year of high school, I went on a mission trip to Nicaragua, and God told me He has a plan for my life, to reach hard people, so I did that. I got involved with ministries involving human trafficking, and I was mentoring international immigrants, and I even mentored a guy who was in Hell's Angels. It was heavy stuff. God wasn't finished there. He had another assignment for me, to capture stories of life and goodness. So, in 2020, I opened a videography and photography business. Show me the way of life, granting me the joy of your presence and the pleasure of living with you forever. I still struggle with sin and the noise of chaos. I mean, I think we all do. That's why I kind of go back to these moments, to remember that there is goodness, that there is joy. I know we don't all believe in God, but we all have these moments that bring joy, that there isn't always chaos. Maybe it's being able to tell someone, hey, there is life. Don't kill yourself, or being able to baptize someone. There's all these moments. For me, it is ministry. It is being able to go tell people about God, that you have someone that loves you, that believes in you, and has a plan for you. Those are moments for me, sharing those interactions with others. It's really why I do what I do. I want to show people that there is a chance, that there is joy, that God has a plan, that He is good, and that He's willing to save. For me, God is the one that helps narrow that noise. He silences it. Silence the noise of chaos.